proceed. Viewer discretion is advised. Incoming transmission in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a review on the Outcasted channel. Today we are doing NXT No Mercy. Wow, what a show. I wouldn't even say this is a review, to be honest. This is more of just my reaction and thoughts because, you know, it's a pay-per-view. You can't really review what happens except, you know, give you comments on the matches. So let's get straight into it. What I do love about this show is the way it opened. Like, it really paid homage to, like, the old NXT, the old WWE No Mercy game that came out a long, long time ago now. It's got to be over 20 years ago. It was really, really cool to see. I love how, as they was announcing the matches on the opening card, like, you could pick the different wrestlers and they had animated versions of the different wrestlers. I thought that was really, really cool. So, and a really cool way to open the show and get you into what's about to happen in this episode of, or this pay-per-view, PLE. There's so many different names you can give them nowadays, these shows, god damn it. It really shows like what you're about to get into. So the first match, you've got Bron Breakker versus Baron Corbin, not for any championships, but as Booker T says, it's just big meaty men slapping meat. Him and Big E like love saying that, and Booker T also loves saying something that I absolutely love, and it's no bread, no water, just meat. And that's what this match is. Before this match even starts, they're just brawling on the outside of the ring. There's extra security around, and just to make sure that they don't like go all the way over the arena, which doesn't really work out because guess what? They go all over the arena, like just absolutely battering the crap out of each other, onto the table, like into the ring steps, everything. Corbin and Bron Breakker just absolutely like just destroying each other. I really loved Bron Breakker's entrance. He came like with a dog pelt on his head. I don't know how else to describe that. It sounds better than the way I'm describing it. It just sounds like he's just got a dog on his head. I mean, he did have a dog on his head, but it's a lot better than that. Okay, just take my word for it. It's better than just having a dog on your head. It was like a dog pelt or a wolf pelt, or it was something. Okay, like he walked in with a dog on his head. Let's just stick with that. Baron Corbin also having a really cool entrance, coming in on a motorcycle, like driving around the ring, Undertaker American Badass style. Thought that was really, really cool. Bron Breakker doesn't even let him get in the ring. As I say, they were brawling for a little bit. He just dives to the outside and like they just start taking each other out. Really, really cool match to see. This match comes to a conclusion where Baron Corbin puts Bron Breakker through a table, and Bron Breakker literally no sells it. He sits up and just spears Baron Corbin. So he drags him back into the ring, obviously ready for the big power slam. He gets distracted though because guess who is on the top rope? It is Robert Stone, Von Wagner's manager. Obviously, we see what Bron Breakker did to him a couple of weeks ago. He absolutely dropped the stairs on his head, nasty. So Robert Stone obviously wanted some revenge. It didn't really work out though because Bron Breakker just literally catches him out of midair, throws him onto all the security on the outside. However, Bron Breakker does turn around right into an end of days. 1, 2, 3. Baron Corbin wins this match. I'm happy with this. I'm happy with this because I have a feeling it's not the last match we're going to be seeing between these two guys, and I'm absolutely cool with that because this rivalry has a lot of potential. You got Bron Breakker there, who is a big horse. You got Baron Corbin, who is the veteran in the locker room at the moment. He has his gripe where he thinks like the rest of the locker room is soft. So I'm happy with this rivalry, unless Bron Breakker's going up to the main roster. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen after No Mercy? But I would really like to see another match between these two people. Great way to open up the show, like hard hitting, just absolutely amazing match. That's all we can really say about it. What happens after this match? Is there anything in the locker room that I need to talk about? No, there isn't. It's literally just straight on to the next match, and it is Dom versus Trick Williams for the North American Championship with Dragon Lee as special guest referee. There's a spot in this match, and I mean, it's your classic referee bump, but because it was a wrestler, it was a bit more weird. So there's a spot in this match where obviously Dominic Mysterio's got a problem with Dragon Lee, because he's got a rivalry going on kind of at the minute because he just beat Dragon Lee on Raw to retain the North American Championship, which, by the way, great match, absolutely amazing match. Go and watch it if you get the time. It's only a couple of days ago. Go and give it a watch. It's worth it, trust me. So all the way through this match, he's arguing with Dragon Lee, complaining about the count, complaining that he's being too biased, etc. But there's a bit here where Dominic Mysterio goes for a super kick. Trick Williams ducks, and absolutely, and then Dominic Mysterio just takes Dragon Lee out with a super kick. So, but here's my problem. And it's like this super kick is the best super kick Dominic Mysterio has ever hit. You know why? Because Dragon Lee stays on the floor for about another 10 minutes, like literally just like 10 minutes of him just selling on the outside, to the point where another referee comes out, and then Dominic Mysterio knocks him down because he goes to run off the ropes. He runs into the referee, and then that referee falls over. So it's all really, really chaotic. It's absolutely just out of control at this point. Things are just breaking down, to be honest with you. This match ends where Dominic Mysterio goes for the frog splash, and Trick Williams hits an unbelievable shot to Dominic Mysterio for the 1, 2, 3. I thought for these like referee bumps, it was going to end up with Dom retaining, because they were going to screw Trick Williams out of it because the referees weren't in position or something like that. But no. Trick Williams wins the North American Championship, which really feeds into my theory, what I said on the last NXT review and what I said on my TikTok a couple of days ago. I will be discussing that a little bit more at the end of this review/reaction, just because I think it really fits into what is going to be going on for the rest of NXT for the next couple of months or so. We can now go backstage for like the only worth talking about backstage segment of the night, where Ava Raine is telling Joe Gacy just to calm down, just to chill. I'm still here, like we can still move forward. I still believe in your vision. And Joe Gacy's like, no, the schism is dead. I need to focus on myself. I need to focus on my vision. I was wrong, Ava, get out of here. And Ava Raine looks really sad and shocked, but she walks away. And it looks like that's the end of the schism, which I'm fine with, because without the GYV, and without Ava Raine, Joe Gacy could do really good stuff by himself. And I think that maybe the schism was holding him back, to be honest with you. So it's really, really cool to see what Joe Gacy is going to be doing in the future. Is he going to be going up to the main roster? I don't know, but I would like to see him on the main roster. Like, I think there's a spot there on the main roster that he can fill. But maybe he's got unfinished business at the moment in NXT. Who knows? Let's see. We now go to maybe the match of the night, which is a fatal four-way tag team match for the NXT Tag Team Championships. You got the champions Tony D and Stax versus Bronco Nima and Lucien Price versus Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo versus the Creed brothers with Ivy Nile with them out on the outside. Obviously, Scripps is there with Nima and Price as well. There's a really, really cool spot in this match where Scripps is just getting involved in this match, try to give the advantage to Nima and Price, and Ivy Nile just absolutely takes out Scripps, and it's a really, really funny thing to see. Halfway through this match, Tony D starts selling the knee. Obviously, he was out with an injury for a good couple of months, so it's just Stax for a while in this match. He later on comes back to Tony D and absolutely starts tearing stuff up. There's a really, really cool spot here where Humberto Carrillo, I believe it is, goes for a springboard. I think it's just a springboard crossbody from the middle rope, and Tony D just catches him straight into a spine buster, which is really, really cool to see. Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo was very impressive in this match. For the first time on a big stage, I was really impressed with Nima and Price as well. I think those two boys have got a big, big future, especially in the tag team division in NXT. Seeing as though I think we're going to be losing a couple of tag teams to the main roster soon. Like I say, you've got the GYV who have gone from WWE, and you've got the Creed brothers who you can't really expect to stay into NXT for very much longer. Those two don't need to be in NXT anymore. Those two deserve to be on the main roster, and I think they'll be vying for actual undisputed tag team championship gold maybe in the next year or so. So Nima and Price can really fit a hole into the NXT tag team division right there. There's another cool spot where I've never seen this before. It's like a quadruple superplex. So from each corner of the ring, I believe it's the two Creed brothers and Tony D and Stax get the rest of the teams up into a quadruple superplex. And the sound of this when everyone hits the ring is so, so cool. You got to love to see that. The match ends here where everyone else is outside of the ring, and Tony D and Stax hit the bada boom, bada bing for the 1, 2, 3. They retain the tag team championships, which I'm very surprised about, but at the same time, I'm happy about, because I thought it was a bit too predictable that they would lose this. Obviously, they put everything on the line. So with Tony D and Stax winning this match, I was over the moon with it, to be quite honest with you. I was really, really looking forward to this match, and it delivered in every single way. So congratulations to Tony D and Stax for retaining. We now go backstage to where Trick Williams goes into Carmello Hayes' locker room and obviously celebrating because he's just won the North American Championship. Obviously, Carmello Hayes has got an NXT Championship match coming up later on tonight where he has to defend against Iija Dragonov, and basically Trick Williams says to him, like, you know, just this, and then we can go out because California knows how to party, as Dre and Tupac said. So let's go, let's do this, let's retain our titles and get out of here. And obviously Carmello Hayes is hyped for this. Next, we do get a Heritage Cup Championship match, and it is Noam Dar, the champion, versus Butch. Obviously, he just won the Heritage Invitational Tournament, so he has got Tyler Bate in his corner, a Mustache Mountain reunion for one night only, although it seems to be more than one night only, because what happens in this match means that there is going to be a tag team match later on in the week, so I'll be reviewing that for you on Wednesday. So what happens here? It's like a mess. It's a massive mess, to be honest with you. I'm gonna have to be looking at my notes just to let you know what's going on here. Like I say, it's Butch versus Noam Dar. There is a cheap shot after the first round where the first round bell goes, and then Noam Dar just absolutely takes out Butch, which means he cannot recover in the 20 seconds that they have between each round. Noam Dar, that means he does get the first pinfall of this match in round 2. He pins Butch, and he is now 1-up. In round 3, Butch pins Noam Dar, however, so now it's 1-1. So these two are just absolutely fighting tooth and nail for the Heritage Cup, which is really, really cool. All the way, I can't talk about every single spot that happened in this match, because obviously it's like 6 3-minute rounds, so it goes on for a long time, but there's a lot of really cool spots. Like, I love these two guys' wrestling styles. Obviously Noam Dar is the Supernova 11, baby, so he's got this sort of like technical wrestling style mixed with a little bit of how do we describe it, a little bit of like submission kind of style. I love it. And obviously Pete Dunne is Pete Dunne. He is the Brawling Brute, he is the Bruiserweight, and he focuses on the appendages, baby. He focuses on those fingers. Is an appendage a finger? I know it means something else also, but just for the record, Pete Dunne wasn't focusing on Noam Dar's appendage. He was more focused on, you know, the joint manipulation. Yeah, like, you know, don't focus on the bit I just said about the appendage. Like, he wasn't focusing on his appendage, okay? He wasn't going for a submission there, right? Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. At the end of round 4, Noam Dar gets an absolute bad shot from Pete Dunne, and he is out of it for the 20 seconds, which means Pete Dunne comes into round 5 with an with an advantage, should I say. Just the finger break at round 5 is the thing that we should talk about heading into round 6. At the end of round 5, Pete Dunne, after the bell, kind of like a receipt for what Noam Dar did at the end of round 1, just jumps on Noam Dar's fingers, and Noam Dar thinks he's broke his fingers. But into round 6, all of a sudden, Gallus come out of nowhere and start attacking Tyler Bate. This obviously gets Butch's attention, and he jumps over the ropes to take out Wolfgang and Mark Coffey. As he gets back in the ring, while Chikara Jackson and whatever the other Lash Legend are distracting the referee, Joe Coffey comes in the ring and hits the bells, whatever the hell it's called. What is it called? I wrote it down here. Joe Coffey, oh yeah, best for the bells. He hits the best for the bells on Pete Dunne, which means, unfortunately, Noam Dar pins Pete Dunne and retains the Heritage Cup Championship, which is a shame. I really kind of wanted Pete Dunne to win this, or Butch to win this, but, you know, it wasn't to be. Noam Dar is still the Heritage Cup champion. I'm guessing this is maybe going to set up a rivalry between the Brawling Brutes and Gallus, which would be really cool. But for now, on Wednesday night, guys, we have got a reunion of sorts between Mustache Mountain, who are taking on Gallus, Mark Coffey, and Wolfgang. So that's going to be a really good match. I hope that's going to be the main event, because I really want to talk about that as the main event heading into next Wednesday, which is going to be cool. As for the rest of this match, like I say, I have a feeling that it's not going to be resolved next Wednesday, so maybe Butch is going to have to bring in some of his pals from SmackDown, Sheamus and Rich Holland, baby. You got a bit of the Brawling Brutes versus Gallus. Who wouldn't want to see that? Sign me up right now. I would absolutely love to see that. Take my goddamn money, please. We now go to the NXT Championship match, guys. We have got Carmello Hayes versus Iija Dragonov. Both of these guys' entrances are really cool. Carmello Hayes is really cool, though. He starts talking about all the people that he's put in the rafters. Like, all the jerseys start like flopping and start like showing who he's beat. So you've got on there, you have got Bron Breakker, obviously, who he won the championship off. He has got Grayson Waller there, because he did beat Grayson Waller. as well. He has got Noam Dar on a jersey, which I did not remember him having that match, but it is what it is, I suppose. You then have Dragonov 1, obviously, because he beat Iija Dragonov last time. Wes Lee then comes up because Wes Lee had an opportunity to defeat him for the NXT Championship, which he beat. And then on another jersey, it says Dragonov 2, implying that tonight is going to be the second time that Carmello Hayes is going to beat Iija Dragonov. And then it just comes up with him in big letters, and then Carmello Hayes comes out. The match starts. This is absolutely brutal. Dragonov comes right out of the gate and it hits Carmello Hayes with an absolutely massive shot, taking him down almost immediately. Carmello Hayes, all the way through this match, is on the fight back. He is the underdog in this match. Iija Dragonov just beating the crap out of him. Iija Dragonov just hitting like a load of H-bombs, but Carmello Hayes just keeps kicking out. And the end of this match comes where Iija Dragonov is laid out and Carmello Hayes goes for the nothing but net. He don't miss, but this time he does miss. There is no one there, nothing but net, nothing but nothing more like. Iija Dragonov gets out of the way. He goes up all the way to the top rope this time and hits an absolutely mega H-bomb. 1, 2, 3. Iija Dragonov is the new NXT champion. I thought, I'm pretty sure all of us saw this coming, to be fair. NXT champion for Iija Dragonov. But Vic Joseph did bring up an interesting thought here. Who is going to be able to defeat the Mad Dragon? So I'm interested to see who the next challenger for the NXT Championship is. That would be really, really cool to see. There's a really, really cool bit after this match where obviously they show each other respect and the hugging and stuff like that. So it's nice to see that there's a lot of respect between those two guys. Obviously it ended in the way that Iija wanted to. Carmello Hayes is a little bit disappointed. He is no longer that guy. He is no longer him because he is no longer the NXT champion, unfortunately. We then swiftly move on to Becky Lynch versus Tiffany Stratton Extreme Rules match for the NXT Women's Championship. Now, this match is incredible. So much cool stuff that's going on in this match. I'll talk about some of the highlights that I really thought was cool. Vic Joseph, like with the commentary here, is really, really cool. He turns Becky Lynch brings out the Cactus Jack, the barbed wire baseball bat, hits Tiffany Stratton in the stomach with it. She goes for it again to the face, but she ducks out of the way and the bat just goes absolutely flying. There's a really cool spot here where Tiffany Stratton does a swanton bomb from the top rope through to a table waiting on the outside. Tiffany Stratton was just on fire in this match. There's another really cool spot where she does that handspring elbow where she just does flips all the way to the barricade and puts Becky Lynch through it. She then puts Becky Lynch onto a chair near the commentary table and goes for it's kind of like a rolling thunder kind of move through the chair, taking out Becky Lynch again. She gets Becky Lynch. There's another really cool swanton bomb in the inside of the ring where Tiffany Stratton just absolutely once again takes Becky Lynch out, only to get a 2 count, unfortunately. However, this match ends where Tiffany Stratton is going for the prettiest moonsault ever onto a bed of chairs, which Becky Lynch is laid out on. She gets out of the way, does Bex. She hits Tiffany Stratton with the manhandle slam on the chairs. 1, 2, 3. Becky Lynch retains the NXT Women's Championship in an absolutely amazing match. I do just want to shout out Becky Lynch's t-shirt, by the way, who she's got a quote on there that said, "You will never make it." And apparently this is something that one of the training staff said to her at some point during her before she was the man, before probably she was in NXT when she was doing the Irish jig entrances and stuff like that, which was a bit cringe. But Becky Lynch is Becky Lynch, baby. Now she's the man and she's 2-time Bex and she's also your NXT Women's Champion. There's another cool just quotes on there, all of her friends are on there, Bray Wyatt's name is on that t-shirt. So it was really, really nice to see Becky Lynch just in kind of street clothes, but paying homage to everyone who has been on her journey up into being the man, up into being just big time Bex. So it was a really, really cool match. And for me, Tiffany Stratton really, really proved herself here that she can hang with the best of them. She put on a massive performance here. And to be honest with you, she had more big spots than Becky Lynch did, like I say, with the handspring kind of elbow through the barricade. the kind of rolling thunder move through the chair, the swanton bombs, the double swanton bombs, one through the table and one to the inside of the ring. It's one of the most beautiful swanton bombs I've ever seen, by the way. Just the hang time she gets before she does the flip into the splash, which is absolutely gorgeous. But it looks like Tiffany Stratton, in my opinion, should be going up to the main roster now. She's not really got anything to do in NXT anymore. She has been the NXT Women's Champion. She's had a reign with it, and she's had 2 great matches with Becky Lynch. So get her up to SmackDown or get her up to Raw while Becky Lynch is there, because obviously there is a big space on Monday Night Raw now where Becky Lynch isn't there to fill. Maybe Tiffany Stratton could go up there and be the new member of the Monday Night Raw roster, which is really cool. And one more thing that happened here before we close up this reaction to No Mercy, guys. We now go backstage to where Trick Williams is in the locker room with the championship. The roles have been reversed ever since the start of the night. And now it's Trick Williams with the championship, and Carmello Hayes does not have the championship. Obviously, Carmello Hayes walks in very, very disappointed, and he's apologizing to Trick Williams, saying oh, I let everyone down. I thought I could do it. Trick Williams turns around and goes, hey, to me, you're still him. To me, you fought like a champion, so you shouldn't be disappointed in yourself. And Carmello Hayes is like, thanks, bro. There's one thing I want to point out here, though, guys. There is one thing I want to point out here. As they're hugging, as they're embracing each other, Carmello Hayes is tapping the North American Championship. Is that implying that he wants to be the first challenger for Trick Williams' championship? Only time will tell. But let me know about your theories in the comments on that match and everything that happened in this show this week, guys. An absolutely amazing pay-per-view from NXT No Mercy tonight. Last night now. Vic Joseph said something really cool. Like, he's never seen 2 matches back-to-back that have had standing ovations from the audience. And I don't remember the last time I've seen that either. So that really shows how strong this card was from the very beginning. Bron Breakker versus Baron Corbin. Absolutely amazing match. Trick Williams versus Dominic Mysterio. Served its purpose. Really, really cool match. It got the championship on Trick Williams. Dominic Mysterio is no longer the North American champion. So what will that have for implications wise for Judgment Day on Raw this week? You have got an absolutely amazing 4-way tag team match to watch. If you've not watched No Mercy yet, it's really, really good. I recommend going to watch it. Both of the NXT Championship matches were really, really cool. Becky Lynch on fire as usual. Tiffany Stratton proving that she is on a different level than most people in that division, so she needs not be there anymore. And you've got the amazing match with Carmello Hayes and Iija Dragonov. So you've got loads of great stuff to watch there, guys. Let me know what you think of No Mercy in the comments if you have already seen it. But most importantly, guys, if you agree with anything that I've said, if you've enjoyed the review that I have given today, make sure you slap a like on this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed already. Make sure you hit that bell notification so you don't miss any of our videos going forward. You have a lot to look forward to. Ross is going to be uploading a review on AEW on Monday. We are also expecting a Raw review on Tuesday from Courtney. Obviously got me on Wednesday with the following up from whatever happened at No Mercy on NXT on Wednesday. And then you have got the podcast Thursday. Next week, you have got the SmackDown review coming up again. And if you haven't checked out the one from yesterday, I highly recommend you do so because there's a lot to talk about on SmackDown. But guys, like I say, I hope you have an absolutely amazing Wednesday. And amazing Wednesday. This is because I'm so used to uploading these on Wednesdays. I hope you have an amazing Sunday, should I say. And I hope you have an amazing rest of your week coming up, starting from Monday. I'm going to stop talking now because I'm just rambling. But for now, guys, this has been Reese from Outcasted OC. Go follow all the gang. Peace out.